Hello, my name is Jamie Smart and I draw comics and cartoons. You might know this. I'm not doing a drawing video this week for a few different reasons, two different reasons. The first reason is most of my spare time has been spent working on a new project which I'm hoping to show you guys next week in next week's video. But that's taken a lot more of my time than I thought it would. I haven't had time to do drawings this week. I haven't drawn a comic for like a week and a half. It feels really weird. The second reason is I wanted to do something a little different and I thought it might be kind of cool to show you where I work. You might have seen it already in a previous video. This is my messy office. I have a lot of junk and I thought it might be kind of cool just to go through a few of the things on my shelves to show you what influences me and what I've got hanging around, and a few bits of work of mine you might not have seen. Instead of drawing, we're going to be looking at stuff. Let's get started looking at all the junk that I have.
Right.
Serial Killer Cafe. It's a really cool cafe in Camden where they just serve cereal. Mad cereal. And they did a book recently and they asked me to draw the front cover for it, which I was really honoured to do. I also did some stuff inside as well. Some of the illustrations, and there's a little flip book in the bottom, which I don't know if you can see. I don't often do private commissions or book covers or things like that. I tend to stick to comics, but maybe once or twice a year I'll do something different.
Oh, these are good.
Fine Chaffee. You might know my character Fine Chaffee. He is of this and this and this. And you might notice they're all in completely different languages. When Fine Chaffee was published as a book, it came out in 10, 15 different countries, I can't remember. So it's kind of cool to see how Fine Chaffee is translated into different languages. Is that Spanish? I think that's Spanish. Oh no, that's Spanish. Korean, I might be wrong. So yeah, that's kind of cool to see. Giant Stitch. Stitch on my t-shirt. I love Stitch very much. I love Lilo and Stitch the first moment I saw it. I even like the sequel. I have a lot of Stitch characters around. I think he's just a beautifully designed character. Halloween Stitch. I love how he is insanely cute, but also very evil. Big black eyes, big sharp teeth. It's a really clever design. I love Chris Sanders, the designer who also did How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon. Stitch is amazing. I can show you this. This is a box full of Moose Kid comics. Some of you might know I run this yearly comic called Moose Kid Comics, where 40 artists get together and we all draw children's comics. Oh, let me show you. We have some incredible artists inside. It's all online, it's all completely free. There's a link on the screen now, I hope. But we also do printed editions. They're not for sale, they're only for sort of contests and giveaways. And we've been recently sending out a load to hospitals with the charity Readathon. Readathon are amazing. Some of the hospitals that Readathon don't reach, I've been sending out to myself. That is this, a lot of bubble wrap. So I need to package a lot of these up and start sending them out before Christmas as well. So I have a lot to do on that. Rilakkuma. I love Rilakkuma. Again, a really lovely design. It's just a bear design. Here is Rilakkuma dressed as a bear. Best not ask questions how that happened. And here is Rilakkuma. And here is Rilakkuma dressed as a penguin. Both these were from Japan. I love Rilakkuma a lot. I have this. It's a Rilakkuma bakery. So you get lots of little boxes inside and each one has little plastic cakes and things. Ah, no! This is what it looks like when it is made. But yeah, it's very cute. Oh no! Oh, I dropped all the things. I also got a Gudetama one, which I haven't opened yet. That's just lots of little dishes with. If you don't know Gudetama, he's a very lazy egg. He's massive in Japan at the moment. Yeah, lazy egg. Superhero Banner League is a book series of 2 books I did for Oxford University Press last year. They're designed to help children read their quite basic comprehension in the speech bubbles. But that said, they let me do whatever I wanted. They let me come up with the characters and write the stories and draw the stories with very minimal changes. Superhero Banner League is the story of all the world's bunnies get turned radioactive by this weird thing, and then the mad scientist who invented the thing decides to try and make all the bunnies work for him, and they've all got different superpowers. I'm not explaining it very well, but it's really good. It's genuinely one of my favourite things that I've done. And then they all go into space, as the title might suggest. And they end up nearly destroying the Earth accidentally. Those are CDs. Some of you might not remember CDs.
Oh, I have these.
Garbage Pail Kids. They're actually the Japanese Garbage Pail Kids. If you don't know what they are, they're trading cards and lots of pictures of children. And they're pretty grotesque. There's some horrible things happening to these poor kids. But they're suitable for all ages, I assume. There's a zombie on a running machine. When I was a kid in the 80s, a massive trend, and we all used to collect them and trade them. And I still love them very much. So when I saw the Japanese version called Bukimi-kun. I wanted to grab some. I also grabbed some normal ones as well, just because I still love them. I love the designs. I think the paintings are really beautiful. This is weird. This is something I got in Hong Kong a few years ago. There's a character there called Panda, our Panda. And as you can see, he's sitting here with Garfield. And there's a lot of products where he's sitting with famous characters and messing around with them. I'm sure there are rules about it. And I think it's quite a cool idea, mashing well-known characters together.
Let's do one more.
Where's the Doctor? Some of you might know, some of you might not. I was very, very lucky to be asked to draw some Doctor Who pictures a few years ago for a magazine called Doctor Who Monster Invasion. They then got reprinted in Doctor Who Adventures, and they were picture searches. So, for example, that's the Daleks, and that is the Cybermen. You have to find the Doctor, and at the time, Amy and Rory. And it was an amazing job. It was wonderful. I did about 52 of them, and they took ages. But then they collected them all in a book as well, so I can say I have my own Doctor Who book. I mean, technically it's Doctor Who, it's not mine. It has my name on it, on a Doctor Who book. Right, I'm all done. I hope you've enjoyed it. Come back next week and we will hopefully have a cool drawing video and a cool announcement too. As usual, do get in touch, find me on Twitter or leave comments on the YouTube and questions and things like that, and I'll try and answer them. Ow, it wobbles.